September 23rd, 1906. My dear, yesterday I was at the laundry late at night, finishing the bookkeeping and tidying the odds and ends. I was writing at the counter in the back. Close to midnight, the noise outside grew very loud. At first I thought it was the police. I was relieved. Those damn saloons get so noisy. The people there drink themselves sick and make a mess outside the shop. Sometimes when I come back to unlock the laundry in the morning, they're still sitting there across the street, up on the curb. I was sick of it, so I was glad when I heard the police. Or I thought they were the police. I saw them in the light and they were just men. White men. They kicked in the doors and people rushed out like a dam had burst. The people, mostly black, brown, and some Chinese, scattered onto the road. And then the water. Some of the white men carried fat hoses thicker than ocean eels, and the water they released was so dense. The way it caught the light, it looked like a stream of kerosene on fire. When it hit the crowd, they screamed. The man closest to the hoses fell, and no one helped him up. People stepped over him, some on him. He didn't move. Other people fell too. The ones who didn't fall, I saw their backs bend backwards against the spray. On the road, everything was a black puddle. I could not tell what was water and what was blood. I wanted to run to the man on the ground, but I couldn't move. I stayed behind the counter, moving just my hand to put the lamp out. I held my eyes away from the road and down at the stack of the papers I had been filling out. In the darkness, I left my eyes there, and I listened. The screaming was garbled from the water hitting their backs. From where I was, the spray sputtered and roared like a flame. The people it touched were screaming as if it was scalding them. Eventually, the sounds disappeared down the street, and I peered back up. There was so much water on the road that it could have been a flood. It could have been a river. The man on the ground was gone. I wondered who had picked him up. Maybe he had gotten up himself. I doubt it. The street glistened black in the night. I thought of the story we learned as children. How the animals raced across the river to reach the Jade Emperor. They were racing towards the heavenly gates. But the crowd of people on the streets were racing to get away. In the paper this morning, they said they moved like cattle up the street. But cows can swim. Remember the ox? It was the second one to make it to the gate. No, if they were cattle wading through fire. An impossible task. And the pain. That was last night's sound. The screaming and crying of slaughter. I know, I don't like their noise. I don't like their drunkenness and their laziness and their nights of useless revelry. But what I saw yesterday was not right. How do they treat humans like this? And not foreigners or enemies at that, but other Americans. China is not always virtuous. But we do not do this. We do not dare treat animals like this. This is not what I saw when I imagined America. 25 years ago, I chose to come to this country. Soon, I will leave. For these people, there's no choice and they cannot leave. Slavery was not unique to China. They had it here. That's how the first black men came to America. Without choice. I chose to make my fortune in America. But America chose to make its fortune with them. And now so many years have passed that this has become their home. There is no other native land. But me, I will come back home in just a few years. I will see you, my siblings, my parents. I will leave as easily as I came. I will cross an ocean to get home, and I will have no fear of drowning. In America, black men drown even on land. 5 years ago, one morning, I felt so faint I couldn't stand. When I tried to sit, I couldn't breathe. I thought I would die before I saw you again. And I did not open the laundry that day. Yesterday was worse than that. I saw death. I felt it. I was there. Today, I will also keep the laundry closed. Yours, Jewett.